Tracking patients has always been a critical priority during and in the aftermath of an emergency, accident, or disaster. Traditionally, responders have used paper-based disaster tags and handwritten notes to track patient information and movements from the scene to hospitals. In theory, this approach is sufficient. In practice, however, it can be difficult to make the information centralized and accessible by all authorized responders, officials, and support agency representatives. Fortunately, there's a solution that bridges the gap between theory and practice: the Electronic Patient Tracking System. The Electronic Patient Tracking System, or PTS for short, is a mobile app for iPad that allows responders to rapidly and accurately gather, record, and share patient tracking information with incident commanders, regional coordinators, and family reunification centers. Ultimately, PTS plays a pivotal role in enhancing incident awareness, monitoring patient progress, and assisting with family reunification. For responders, time is of the essence, and their primary focus must be on ensuring patient safety and following appropriate protocols. PTS is intuitive and can be used at the incident scene without slowing down patient movement to the hospital. For example, responders can use familiar and time-saving device iPad functions, including voice-to-text, to eliminate manually typing in long descriptions. While PTS offers a wide range of functions, most responders will focus on a few key areas to input and track patient information. These areas are located on the application's main page for fast and easy access. To launch the PTS app, select it from the home screen of your iPad. When prompted to log in, enter your username, the unit that you are assigned to, and the regional password. Once this information is entered, the app will automatically sync to the server and update with the latest incident information. From the PTS home screen, tap the individual button and choose an incident. The incident screen lets you change an incident, position, division, or floor number. Typically, the only item that you will need is the incident. You can do this by simply tapping the incident button. The incident selection screen provides a list of incidents that are currently in the system. Unless you are working on a pre-planned event that has a unique name, you can find the specific incident you need by targeting the corresponding jurisdiction. For example, if you are responding from Loudoun County to an event occurring at Dulles, you would select Event 300 for MWA. If you are responding from Fairfax to an event occurring in Arlington, you would select Event 100. After selecting the appropriate incident, tap Done to return to the home screen. Among other items, the home screen displays the patient's Saved on Device field. If you find multiple items in this field, you can update your device with the latest data by tapping the Sync button. Tap the individual button and go to the Patient ID screen. You have the option of scanning a disaster tag barcode by pressing the Scan button, or manually entering a patient ID by tapping the patient window. Once a patient ID is entered, the app quickly determines if it has already been used to create a patient record. If it has, you will receive a notification that historical information is being downloaded. The system will then progress to the status screen. On the status screen, enter the status color associated with the patient's disaster tag or triage color. For a patient who is deceased, you can select the black triage color and then a transport destination of dead on scene. Or a patient who required minor treatment on the scene can be marked with a transport destination of treated and released. From this point, you can progress through the app by swiping left or right, or by tapping the appropriate button at the bottom of the screen. Moving to the right transitions you through the system so that you can input information in a streamlined and prioritized way. On the transport screen, you can choose the transport destination, the jurisdiction, or the transport unit from the drop-down menu. If the transport unit is not listed, you can add a note later on. You can input the transport time manually, or if you are leaving the transport area of an MCI, you can tap Now. You can enter patient information by scanning a driver's license or by manual entry. At a minimum, the goal of every record is to capture the patient's gender, age, last name, and first name. Additional information like date of birth helps make the record more complete, but these can be entered at a later time when it won't interrupt care. Also remember that if you're unable to determine a patient's name, leave the fields blank. Only accurate patient names should be entered. At this point, the basic information necessary to track the patient has been entered into PTS. If possible, add a photo of the patient by selecting this option from the menu. This can help with identification if the patient has significant injuries that will require surgery. Select Save and New option to save the record. This will take you back to the patient ID screen. When you have time, add more patient information such as complaints, injuries, vitals, treatment, and medical history. Incident Command App. One of PTS's key benefits is that it includes a supporting Incident Command app to monitor the progress of an incident from a remote location through any internet-connected device. For example, incident commanders can identify patients entered into the system, as well as who and how many have been transported or remained on the scene. If authorized to do so, incident commanders can also identify patient-specific information, including transport destinations. To launch the Incident Commander app, select it from the home screen. Once the app is launched, incident commanders must enter their username and password. From the incident screen, select the appropriate incident from the list and identify your role. On the main screen, you'll see 4 triage colors associated with the incident. Clicking on one of the colors drills down and provides you with more detailed information on the patients associated with that color category, including the number of patients who have been transported to each hospital. Furthermore, you can click on a specific hospital and get additional detailed information about the types of patients transported to each facility. For example, you can select a patient's name from the list to see what has been entered into their record. Conclusion: responders play a critical role in the aftermath of an emergency, accident, or disaster. The PTS is designed to make comprehensive patient tracking faster, simpler, and more accurate. When this happens, patient safety increases, stakeholders are more coordinated, and family reunifications happen sooner.